Hiya, welcome back to Below Average Wild Camper. Not a camping, well it is camping related, but it's not a camping video obviously. I'm in the back garden. It's a cooking video. So I thought I'll use the Trangia stove to do a beef bourguignon. So the next time I do a wild camp, I might do something a bit more ambitious than just steak sandwiches. So classic beef bourguignon, you know, like beef, lardons, onions, mushrooms, wine, and so on. So I'd have done all the prep before wild camping. So what we've got here, obviously we've got one onion, some sliced mushrooms, one of them no beef stock things, got some like a portion of the lardons, and then we've got like one of these small bottles of red wine, and we'll probably need some water as well for it. Okay, and we've got the Trangia stove, so I've filled the burner, and we'll get it lit and we'll get cracking it. Let's get some oil in the pan. Obviously I'll probably take the oil just up in a little Nalgene bottle, and then let's get the onions in it. As I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do each element separate and put it in the pot, and then once everything's in the pot, deglaze the pan, and then put the wine in the pot with the stock, some water, and then put the pot over heat with the lid on, and basically just try and cook it down. So the onions are sort of becoming golden now. So I reckon any sort of one pot dish, like casserole, curry, the key to getting maximum flavour is to cook the onions a lot longer than you think. I think a lot of people start the onions but move on too quick, and it's like the base of the flavour. Obviously with me having an NVQ level 1 in cooking, a night class from Gateshead College, you know, I know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to take the onions off, put them in the pot, bit more oil. Now we'll do the mushrooms. So just while those mushrooms are almost there, to tell you about the beef. So obviously normally you'd use like a casserole beef, you know, like a chuck steak or something that takes a long time to tenderise, but you know, I think one of these alcohol stoves will burn out in 15 minutes. So you want a piece of beef that won't take that long. So I've used some rump steak, a thick bit of rump steak cut up, so I don't have to cook it out to like ages, you know. So it just speeds up the cooking process. I've then floured the beef, and that'll thicken the sauce. So just some plain flour, but with a big pinch of like mustard powder, just to add a bit more oomph, you know. Right, so I think we'll transfer the mushrooms into the pot now, and then next for the meat. So, like I said, I've floured this meat. So we just want to kind of seal the meat. Add a bit of a sort of crust to it. These Trangia kind of pans, so they stick like hell. So I don't know how this is gonna go. I've ordered a non-stick version of this. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. Oh, I'll tell you what, that looks great, that already. I'm going to transfer them one by one, and then up there. And I think we'll get the next batch of meat on. So as I said, I've been putting everything in that bowl. So we have the onions, the mushrooms, and the beef. The bowl's kind of full, like, alright. So transfer that into the cotton roll. Now let's deglaze the pan. like how clean it and all. So we'll probably reduce this in the pan. So just use my spoon to agitate the bottom of the pan. Get all the burnt bits which add the flavour. Here's our last comment to say. She edits all the videos.
How's it going?
So we're just deglazing the pan with the wine. I reckon the pot looks a bit full, but I reckon it's going to look nice, that.
Do you have to put it in there?
No, I have to put this wine in there. With one of them Knorr beef stock pots. This will dissolve it as it goes though. And I'll season this with a bit of ground black pepper. And normally a tiny bit of salt in the pancetta and the stock, but I'll put a tiny bit in. Oh, that's the alcohol. Look at that, man. Mint. Eh? So obviously all the alcohol's burnt off there. Got a lot of the crap off the bottom of the pan. So see how I can do this without burning myself. No, that went all right. Right. I think we will need simmering on eventually, but I think I'll leave it on full bell just until it heats up. So let's put that on there like that. So everything's in there. Obviously as it reduces down, the volume will reduce. But I couldn't fit much more in there, like. And then I'm going to use this as the lid. So I didn't mention I'm going to have it with rice, and I was thinking the way of getting rice cooked, and I saw Paul Mesner do a video with the thermos flasks. So what I did was, like I said, I got a cup of rice, put it in the thermos, 2 cups of boiling water, put the lid on, and I did that at about 6 o'clock, and it's nearly 9 o'clock, so that's 3 hours. So it'll be interesting to see if the rice is cooked. So what you could do easily is, you know, before you set off on your wild camp, you could do that. Obviously it's a bit heavy, but it means when you get there, you haven't got any fannying on to do with rice, you know. This looks pretty good. Yeah, I can tell straight away that rice is done. Let's put some of this on here. Probably serve at least 2 people this. It was like one massive steak. I think it was called Big Daddy Rump from Sainsbury's. I mean, that looks great, that, doesn't it? That beats your dry frozen, or what is it, your dried meals, you know, your rehydrated meals. Champion. See what the steak's like, eh? See if it's like a horse. I've had tenderest steak, I'll be honest with you, but I reckon I can improve that as well. But overall, mint.